first off, thank you everyone for being here for my presentation. Now, currently I am a student at IU South Bend studying fine arts graphic design who has a passion for dinosaurs. Why is my passion relevant? Well, it is because my paper from visual literacy class discusses one of my favorite artists during an important scientific renaissance, John Gurche. He did artwork during a time called the dinosaur renaissance, where the image of these animals was shifting from simple-minded lizards to intelligent bird-like beings. Gurche did the art for national history museums, magazines, and served as a paleontological consultant and concept artist for Jurassic Park. Gurche is important in both paleontology and art as his style intertwines with art theories and movements, yet it was in a way that helped him do his style of depicting dinosaurs and yet do it in a way that helped accomplish the goal of depicting them. Like most artists, his art skills began in his youth. Living in overland Kansas, Gurche was drawing animals and used the idea of evolution as his main inspiration in a middle school project involving the tree of life and clay animal heads. At first, he wanted to be a paleontologist and study geology and anthropology in college. He would still do his art skills though. Carolyn Dugsworth's article, Time Traveler, discusses Gurche's passion for paleo art, and Gurche himself provided some words on what he visions when creating dinosaurs in his artworks. John pretends to videotape the long ago animals. While he is taping his head, he can stop the action anytime he wants to. That's how he imagined what he wants to paint. I imagine how dinosaurs look from all sides as they move around, John explains. Gurche's visual skills help him realize how to combine two of his passions into one. After earning his degree in anthropology, he was hired to be a full-time paleo artist. There, his art became popular. Being masterful in paleo art, Gurche's work would be viewed by the public in different displays. In 1989, he would make stamps for the Postal Service featuring dinosaurs like T-Rex, Stegosaurus, Brontosaurus, and Pteranodon. He would work for National Geographic, making art for their magazines discussing paleontology and anthropology research. The art featured predator and prey relationship between dinosaurs, nesting behaviors of hadrosaurs, and early hominids. One of his most popular works was a mural for the American Museum of Natural History, which depicts a sauropod squaring off with an Allosaurus to go along with an actual fossil display. Perhaps Gurche's biggest accomplishment is helping with concept art on Jurassic Park with the film's dinosaurs. Gurche's input on the film's creatures and how they affected pop culture can be best described by the Boys Life magazine article, Bringing Dinosaurs to Life by Laura Daly. For John Gurche, fame has meant lots of fan mail, world travel, plus the chance to work on the Spielberg film. The movie looks at what might happen if dinosaurs were brought back to life in our time. It was so much fun to think about dinosaurs in the 20th century, recalls Gurche. Gurche's dream of dinosaurs coming to life was in a sense coming true, and people started to see these animals in a brand new light. Because of his accomplishments, Gurche has become just as impactful as the paleo artists before him. Paleo art and paleontology have been around since the 1800s. Different artists depict prehistoric animals reflecting their style and period. Some of these past paleo artists helped influence Gurche. Benjamin Hopkins made art and models of dinosaurs during the 1850s, reflecting when dinosaurs were starting to become known to the public. Rudolf Zeilinger during the 1940s and 1980s made 3 giant murals based on prehistory. They showcased the evolution of different animals, similar to Gurche's school projects. One paleo artist, however, greatly impacted Gurche, and Alan Dabu's book, Paleo Imagery, The Evolution of Dinosaurs in Art, discusses this artist who left his mark at the end of the 1890s, Charles R. Knight. Despite the fact he was blind in one eye, Charles Knight possessed an extraordinary vision and an ability to project himself into prehistory. Knight was the cosmic wildlife artist, employing a keen understanding of the expression and character of modern mammals, reptiles, birds, and amphibians during an illustrious career spanning nearly 6 decades. Like Knight himself, Gurche started doing art on modern animals and immersed himself in the animals he was depicting. Knight's more expressive and challenging style helped influence Gurche and would be important in the movement Gurche was a part of. Between the 1970s and 2010s, the depiction of dinosaurs was changing. Before, it was thought that they were simple-minded giants or carnivores being killing machines. New fossil material during this renaissance shed light on what these animals were really like. Rick Gore discusses the feathered creature Archaeopteryx in the National Geographic article, Dinosaurs. The long, sweeping, bony tail is a classic dinosaur, not stubby as in most birds, but fanning out from the wings and tail is that array of feathers. It is these feathers that scientists find so critical. They indicate that one member of the dinosaur family had learned to fly. Dinosaurs with avian features were important as they helped show how these animals were more bird-like and intelligent. Gurche relished this discovery in his artworks, yet still put his dinosaurs in dynamic poses. He got ideas for poses by analyzing animal behaviors in real life, as well as studying fossils in museums. Gurche's dinosaurs are presented with eyes with huge pupils, wrinkle-like skin, and eagle-like talons. With his work in paleontology being masterful, Gurche also mastered an art movement that has a grounded approach. When you look at Gurche's work, you see reality with real animals. This kind of style fits well with realism. James Rubin's article, Realism, explains how the genre became a movement thanks to the French artist Gustave Courbet. In the 1840s, Courbet's generation drew on 2 related artistic trends. First was the Barbizon School of Landscape Painters, which studied people and places from a recognizable countryside, usually near Paris. The second was the recent popularity in literature and art of rural and provincial life. This style impacted Gurche as the environments in his paintings are naturalistic and help convey that dinosaurs used to be part of our world. Gurche's style realism stays true to the movement. Over time, another movement can be seen that isn't present after the dinosaur renaissance. Gurche was staying true to realism in his art, but he unintentionally did another genre in art that challenges realism, idealism. Wellington Rexall's book, The Art World, goes over how idealism was created thanks to the Greek philosopher Aristotle. Tragedy represents men as bad than they are, and further, it should preserve the type yet ennoble it, all of which prove that to both as to form and subject Aristotle believe in idealism based on mediation of forms in nature, but perfected it or embellished. This relates to Gurche's art as the dinosaur renaissance ended in the 2010s, and since then, more reconstruction have been made in terms of behaviors, appearances, and even color. Gurche's idealistic side is shown for his art for Jurassic Park. In them, the velociraptors are shown near buildings as opposed to naturalistic environments. Although Gurche implemented idealism, it helped him design Jurassic, and the film would be very impactful to many people, including me. All of the information I have stated comes from my research when drafting my paper, which I have found thanks to academic sources at IUSB's libraries from books, magazine articles, and websites. I consider this paper one of my biggest achievements as I used a passion of mine to create writing that took a lot of effort to polish and type. As for Gurche's work, it amazes me how much he puts into his dinosaur reconstructions and still puts that passion into his current studies on cavemen and makes models of them. I take inspiration from him and other paleo artists, as although my prehistoric marvels seen across my PowerPoint here are more fantastical than realistic, It shows how much I care for these animals during my youth, and why someday in the future, I can improve more my art skills so that dinosaurs will still be a part of my success as an artist. Thank you.